Hello, guys. Good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, and today is episode 359. 359. We are only 6 episodes away from the end of Facebook Live sessions. Wow, I'm loving this. Yesterday there was a surge in subscriptions for the app, the Diary of a Coach web app. There was a surge, and I'm loving the encouragement, I'm loving the acceptance. Thank you so much for supporting the initiative. Thank you so much for supporting my work. Thank you so much for paying to follow my work. This is heartwarming. So many people have paid for my book. Thank you. So many people are paying to subscribe to the Diary of a Coach app. Thank you so much. Hi, Steven. It's not my birthday. Today is not my birthday. I don't know where that is coming from, but thank you all the same. Guys, this is still our week of creating solutions and our week of resourcefulness. This is our week of resourcefulness and our week of creating solutions. Steven, the first person to come online was Idenyi. The first person to come online was Idenyi Emmanuel. You came second. But today is not my birthday. However, don't worry, sometime again you will get a freebie. Sometime. Try again, don't worry. Don't forget, when we are done with episode 365, Diary of a Coach will not happen live anymore. It's going to be in the app. Yesterday, the development team worked late into the night. We were curating my top 10 diaries, my top 10 episodes. It was a lot of work choosing my top 10. A lot of work, I'm telling you. Yesterday we had to enlist some to get their own top 10. It was just tough. Out of 358 episodes, imagine having to choose top 10. It was tasking because almost every episode was a hit. So choosing my top 10 was very, very tough. But then let's see how that goes. Effective this week, we're likely to open up the app for registrations and for you to have access to the free videos. There are going to be a couple of free videos and you're going to be enjoying them before the 18th of April when the new videos will be accessible by subscribers. So it's a beautiful thing that we're preparing to go live. Today's topic is a feedback from a question someone sent in yesterday to me. We started an intervention program for businesses. We started what we call the BSG EAP, which is BSG Enterprise Advisory Program. The Enterprise Advisory Program is an arm of BSG that was created to handhold business owners through this period. Because this period of the crisis, this period of the virus, this period of the shutdown and lockdown has given rise to loss of revenue, has given rise to reduced patronage, and by implication is giving rise to a recession globally actually. So we have created a service that is aimed at helping businesses brainstorm, re-strategize, and get their footing. For instance, this morning we are hosting a facilitator to talk about how to use business data to be for competitive advantage, and it's free for everybody. So we created that. But yesterday during the syndicate sessions in the evening, somebody asked that, Coach Sam, I wanted to remodel my business model. I wanted to change my business model before COVID. Now that COVID has happened, should I wait Should I suspend that initiative, or should I still go ahead and change my business model? And this was my answer. Direct answer that says, you know what? It is good to change your model, but what your intention was before was to scale up your model. You wanted to remodel your business so that it can scale up. This is not the time to scale up your business. For instance, this is not the time to borrow money for business. This is not the time to take a loan. This is not a time to expand, unless if your service is in the area of providing succor in the pandemic. A typical example, a health business, this is a time to expand because you'll be doing more. A business that is providing health supplies, like maybe masks, like hand sanitizers, like all those helpful resources and kits, this is a time to expand. If, for instance, you're into food services, this is a time to expand. If you're into learning services, this is not a time to expand. This is a time to re-strategize. So there is a difference between expanding and dumbing down, re-strategizing. So we who are into training, we who are into production of non-essential stuff, we who are into manufacturing, we who are into consulting, this is when to dumb down your fees, dumb down your services, dumb down your offerings, dumb down your employees, and focus on essential angles of your business. This is when to dumb down. This is when to scale down. However, if you're into health services, food services, essential services that directly provide succor in the pandemic and for the recession, this is when to scale up offerings, but dumb down prices. I hope you're listening to the difference. Your service offerings should scale up, and then you dumb down your prices. In fact, your traditional services may have to be suspended. I've said this several times in the last 1 week. Your traditional services may have to be suspended because they are costly, they may not be affordable, they may not be the ideal services required in this season. So you will create new services that are directly impacting on the new season, and then you will dump down your prices. So you reduce your price. You offer pandemic compliant offerings or services or products, and then you target volume. That is the idea. Target volume, dumb down your prices, give services that directly impact on the pandemic. A typical example again is if you were doing product services that are tangible, that cannot be digital, things like food. You cannot do digital food. Things like health kits, things like mobile phones, things like books and stationery. These are physical things that you cannot digitalize. Well, for books you can digitalize. But if you're selling books, it's not your book, so you can't digitalize somebody else's book. So if these were the services you were doing, what you need to start doing now is to find digital equivalents that help people learn and grow in the pandemic. So if, for instance, I'm selling food, since I cannot send food to you, especially for cities that have been locked down, like Abuja, like Lagos, like Ogun State, like Oyo State is going to lock down today. Many states are beginning to lock down. If I can't send you food, if I sell food, I should teach you how to make healthy food that can improve your emotions, that can improve your mental state, that can improve your sleeping habits, that can get you to do more productive work in your house. So I will start providing digital alternatives that says, while you are in your house, since you are locked down in your house, let us do the activity together. So I may be in my kitchen. I will shoot a video. I will be doing the way they do on TV now, like Maggie will tell you they're in their kitchen, they are cooking. Do that. You can do that once a week since you don't want to burn data every day, every day. You can do a Zoom class where you're actually preparing the meal live and you're showing them, oh, this is the recipe, so cut this portion, warm it for so time, all that, all that. I'm just giving an idea. I believe it's practical. But even if you can't spend that time doing the recipe live, you can actually have a theoretical version of teaching them how to make the food. That way, you are drawing traffic to your brand, you are creating visibility for what you do, and people can look up to you for consultancy to say, oh, okay, if I want to make so kind of food, can you teach me? You say, yes, you can, you will pay for it. So you can do the open class to draw traffic. And then when they begin to ask you specific questions, you can upsell. You can upsell a service, a coaching, and then they can now subscribe and pay for it. Somehow, your revenue will reduce, no doubt, but your revenue will not stop. So it's to convert what we do to pandemic compliance services. This is very important for you to think about. And that is how it should be. So today's episode simply encourages you to, one, probably suspend your traditional services. If it is not impacting directly on the pandemic, suspend it. Number two, create services and products that are pandemic compliant, that can be served remotely, that can be offered remotely. That is two. Number three, reduce your prices. Don't charge the same amount you're charging before the pandemic. People are not willing to spend now. So suspend it, chill, relax. This is very important. Yesterday I saw a flyer of a doctor. They said home, health at home or something, health at home. And the guy simply says, guy or female, I don't know who owns it, says, stay in your house, just place a call. One call in a month is free. 3 calls in a month is 1,300. Multiple 5 calls in a month, I think he said 5,000 naira or something. Very, very ridiculous amount. So I can sit in my house and any medical fear I have, instead of, since I can't go and see my doctor, I'll just pick my phone, call this service. 1 call in a month is absolutely free. If you have to do multiple calls, then you pay a very token amount. It made a lot of sense. So right on phone, they will give you advice. Okay, do this, do that. Do you have this? You don't have that. Now, because he is a doctor, he has access to movement because he is an essential service provider. So he will bring you the drugs that you need to your house. He or she, I don't know, will bring you the drugs to your house. And because he won't be stopped on the road, he will bring you. You will pay for the delivery. The guy or woman is making money already. I will provide consultancy on the phone. You will pay for multiple calls. And then I will deliver drugs to your house. And you will pay for delivery. Voila. Business don't start with that. So for as long as this pandemic is holding, whoever is behind that idea, there may not be a problem for that person. In fact, there may be an overwhelming service call to that person. So it is just a brilliant thing. I hope this makes some sense to you. I hope this has helped you. So please scale down now. Make up your mind your revenue will drop. Make up your mind patronage may reduce, but you may have to convert your service to a digital approach, to a pandemic compliant approach. This is what BSG is all about, helping you re-strategize and re-strategize and re-strategize. By 11 o'clock today, we'll be talking about how to use the data you have, your customer data, your service data, your product data, your service provider data, your contractor data, your anything data. How do you use it in this period for competitive advantage? How do you manage the data you have so that you can increase your traffic? How? We're having that conversation at 11 o'clock via Zoom. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section after this video. And it's also going to be on all our channels. So I encourage you to join. It is 100% free of charge. You're not paying a penny to join. So try your best to join this session at 11 o'clock. and it's going to be important for you to learn that. Tonight at 7 p.m., 7:10 p.m., 10 minutes after 7 p.m., those who are in the COVID group of BSG, I'm going to be showing them how to prepare for funding, because many businesses are going to go under. Many businesses are going to need relief funding, and we're having a session on how do I prepare my system to receive funding from any funding institution. This is strictly for members of the BSG COVID, but I'm just telling you in public for you to know what we're doing in the BSG. So for those who have already subscribed and joined the COVID group, congratulations, we're going to do it together. So then says this time calls for us to actually look inwards and be more circumspect. You may need a coach to guide you through this process, and trust me, the coach will charge less and you will get value. In fact, you will get the same value as though you were paying the way we charged before COVID. My fees have crashed and I'm getting a lot of requests. Yesterday, someone called all the way from Port Harcourt for a psychotherapy. I was asking what is the fee, and I said because of the recession, we're charging 40% less across board. So for some services, we're actually charging 70% less. For some services, we're actually doing it free. For some services, we're just charging like 10% of the cost. All because we realize that we need to screen out services. We need to be able to offer services with quality time, and we need to consider that it's not the time to spend frivolously. So our services have been dumbed down. Charges have been reduced. The quality of service is the same. For instance, we have a service for psychotherapy. We have created a service that says if you want us to support you through this period, let's say you are anxious or worried or depressed or whatever, you will pay only 2,000 naira for 15 minutes of counseling. Only 2K. That is the most ridiculous amount we have ever charged for therapy. Only 2,000 naira for 15 minutes of call support. So this is what I'm talking about, that it is possible for you to enjoy our full-scale services at a very ridiculous amount. So if you're interested in getting called by our psychologist for 15 minutes, you will pay only 2,000 naira. Tell us when you want that. If you want us to provide you business strategy services, tell us what you want. Whatever you need, send your request to 0807 361 0884. Whatever you need, we would always find someone that can help you. Even if it is not our direct service, we will find an answer for you. So save this number on your phone, 0807 361 0884. That is the number that will save you many times. So save it, call the number that is Soccer Official Line, and you will be glad you did. But like I says, I'm dumping price too, big time. Yes, please go on, do it. Dump down your price, increase the volume of people you serve, and do the service as though they paid you the best amount, because after this COVID, you would be better off for it. People will remember the sacrifices you made through the pandemic. This is the way to go. Thank you so much for watching Diary of a Coach today. If you have not subscribed to the Diary of a Coach app, I invite you to do so today. This is 6 episodes away from the final Facebook Live episode of Diary of a Coach. After episode 365, you would not have the privilege of seeing me in a Facebook Live for Diary of a Coach anymore. The subscription is very affordable, so you have every motivation to join. Weekly subscriptions go for 300 naira. Monthly subscriptions go for 1,000 naira. Quarterly subscriptions go for 2,500 naira. Half-year subscriptions go for 4,850 naira. And annual subscriptions go for 9,500 naira. If you know you want to hear me again, if you know you want to have access to my mentors, my role models, interviews with my industry friends and partners, so much value loading, and if you want to have access to all the books I've ever written in electronic copy in the app, this is your time to subscribe. So if you want to subscribe, please do subscribe today. Very, very important. Then he says the subscriptions are actually COVID-19 compliant. Thank you, my brother. The Chairman Council of Elders, you are walking your talk. You have subscribed for the annual, you have subscribed to the annual bouquet, and I'm very grateful. So thank you guys for joining Diary of a Coach today. It's a beautiful day. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. And I love you guys. This has been episode 359 of Diary of a Coach. And we are well. God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.